First versus second here in Section 1 of the Women's Fours. It's Canada against Australia in the final session of the opening day at Broadbeach here at the 2023 World Bowls Championships. Val Febo here with you on Green 3 as we get a little bit of a sun shower. We were worried in the second session of the men's para pairs that we're going to get a bit of a problem with the rain. It is coming, but it looks okay for now anyway. Barry Lester joins me. Baz, thanks again for jumping on with me. Great to have your company.
Yeah, we've had a bit of everything today. You know, we had some stifling heat, really, before that bit of cloud came through, but it'd be interesting to see what it does with the actual surface. We're seeing the bowls just in the roll-up, pick a little bit of grass clippings up, pace just come off the green, but yeah, if it dries back out, it'll free up again. So, yeah, as the conditions change, the players have got to adjust, and that's all part of do with their training and preparation for an event of this magnitude.
Exactly right. The lineups: Christina Christic, Dawn Heyman, Lindsay Clark and Kelsey Cottrell for the Jackaroos. And for Canada, it's Joanna Cooper, Bailey Van Stein, Emma Boyd and Jordan Koss. That's your lineups. That's your quartets. And both of these two have gone a long way in possibly booking their place in the semi or in the quarter-finals, because both have not lost yet. Australia with a bye earlier on, but Canada, a 21-8 win over the Norfolk Island, and then an 18-11 win over the Commonwealth Games winning quartet of India, Baz, which is pretty handy. And then the Aussies had the bye in the opening round and then defeated Ireland 23-7.
Yeah, good momentum for Canada, really, having come off that huge win against India. So all the hard work's sort of been done. It's obviously completely different to Birmingham last year, but India won't be far away. They'll try and fight back in their last game against Botswana. So it's a really enthralling sort of little section of bowls we've got going on here. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. And
before the hooter does go off, I want to pass on a congratulations to Aaron Sheriff playing his 400th match at Musgrave Hill today in the men's triples. And what a way to celebrate it, Baz. A 65-0 win over Turkey.
Oh, you went there. Look, good on Turkey for obviously being out there competing, trying their hand. An inexperienced team, but at the end of the day, Australia, they got their foot flat to the floor, went out and had a commanding win, and well done to Aaron Omar Sheriff. 400 games, what a huge effort, and I don't reckon there'd be many games in there where he wasn't sort of up to the standard. I reckon most of those games he would have played to the highest level, which he always does.
Takes a lot to beat Aaron Sheriff, which the India men's fours did this morning. They're 1-1, the Australians, in the men's triples, as they look to get themselves through Carl Healy, Corey Wedlock and Aaron Sheriff over there at Musgrave Hill today. Canada to kick us off. Their order, as I said before, Joanna Cooper, Bailey Van Stein is your second, Emma Boyd is your third, and Jordan Koss is your skip for Australia. Chrissy, she's your lead. Dawn Heyman in second, Lindsay Clark in her final tournament as a Jackaroo, and then Kelsey Cottrell back in the international lineup after a year off, back as the skip. She's the only of the 8 people that won the fours title in 2016. Kelsey Cottrell is the only one left from the Australian lineup and the New Zealand lineup.
And what a great start by KK there. Yeah, one of the most phenomenal bowl stories I've been sort of around or know of intimately in terms of the Women's World Bowls Fours at back in Christchurch in 2016. The team, you know, Kelsey was skipping and, and went back to lead. And, oh, my God, it was just such a gutsy, really sort of Jackaroo spirited performance, not only with their bowls, as we see a nice reply there, but just the players to be able to accept the positional changes, and then they never look back, went undefeated, and the Worlds went on to win gold, and then went on to win gold at Com Games. So amazing effort after a rough start to their 2016 campaign at World Bowls. But yeah, it was a great shake-up, great call by the coaches, and the rest is history, as they say.
Shows the depth that the Australian team has. They've won, well, if they win the fours title here, it'll make it 3 out of the last 4 events that they've taken home the women's fours crown. The only team to have stopped that run was Scotland in 2012, which is quite remarkable. So Bailey Van Stein, what has she got? I think an ace up the Canadian sleeve here, Baz, is Emma Boyd, their third. And she bowls out of Club Tweed, very handy bowler in her own right, and knows these conditions really well.
Yeah, absolute great person. Really lovely to be around Emma. Great player, always improving. Her boyfriend, very accomplished player as well. So yeah, she's just still so young and so much ahead of her. So, but like you say, Val, the fact that she is known to the conditions and knows the players too, knows a lot of these international players being around the scene here on the Gold Coast. So, and she'd feel right at home. And I'm sure a lot of the results they've had so far, Emma's contributed very much so.
Certainly has. So Dawn Heyman, one of the best draw players in Australia.
And weighted shot players too. Val needs the jack. Well,
spilled it out.
A little bit stiff to get that blue bowl fat and kick it back, but nice conversion by Dawn Heyman. Recently engaged to Thomas Spiderwebb. He's here watching. Big supporter of Dawny.
Proposed to her up here just before the Australian Open. Gold Coast, the romantic city of Australia, it seems. So Emma Boyd to send down her opening bowl of this contest. The format, 15 ends, 2 bowls each. Canada in the blue, Australia again in the red, as they were in their first match this morning against the Irish.
Yeah, Emma just needs some contact here. Well, that's stiff, really. It's a good chance up there on the back end just to turn the bowl. Just caught the thin edge.
Brittany Boyd watching on. Love to hear such great things about my sister Emma. Great to have your company, Brittany. Here's Lindsay Clark. Her final event as a Jackaroo. Should be playing in the triples as well.
We should have a little trivia, Val.
Yes.
Who will be the 2 that carry her off?
2 that carry her off.
On the last game.
Right
behind us, Nathan Rice at the Asia Pacifics, I think it was, or Multi-Nations, was carried off by Aaron Sheriff and, I don't think it was Ray Pearce. Might have been, no, it was Aaron Wilson and Aaron Sheriff. So who carries Lindsay Clark off for her last game?
Kelsey's got to be one of them, I think, just the sheer closeness of the 2 of those players and what they've achieved together throughout their time as not only Jackaroos but as national players. Look at that there from Emma Boyd.
Great shot.
So Kels, I'd say. And then I reckon out of the 5, if we're choosing from the 5 or the other 4 women, I'd say probably Chrissy.
Chrissy?
Yeah. Yep. Who are you going for?
Well, I think Karen Murphy might
maybe Beck as well if we're talking about... Okay.
I reckon it might be a bit more of a group team sort of. I love it. I think it's the more of that the better. What a moment it'll be. As just want to go back to Emma Boyd, that great shot she just played, but the body language chasing down after it, and then the high fives to her players on the bank. Love that. You're playing against arguably the favourites of the competition on their home decks. And you've got to bring it. You've got to bring it with your body language, your morale. So good signs early.
So here's Jordan Koss for her opener. It's the same rink as we broadcasted in session number 2 as Jordan comes underneath. And nobody has really gone past the jack here, Baz.
No, it's since it got shifted by Dawny, no one's really sort of outside of Emma being able to really nail it. But it's a tricky little head because you're negotiating those front ones.
Yeah.
And
Kelsey, can she get underneath?
So close.
It wasn't a bad line at all, was it? If she cleared that front one.
Good effort.
But yeah, so if you're talking about the high performance staff as well, Kaz.
Yeah, I think a few will get involved. It'd be good to see.
Lindsay has shared so much of her success with Kaz. 06, obviously. The 2008 World Championships as well. And the 2012, the triples, I believe.
Crowds builded here too, so right between green 3 and 2 here. Crowds come to see the girls in action. Also love every time you play 100 games for Australia, you get your star on your cap. It's Kelsey Cottrell. Just needs to lean over now, work her way under. Might cut it back to 1. Yeah, that's a good reduce. Good attempt.
So 1 to the Canadians to start proceedings.
Okay, as we see Lindsay running down the green here, so that's part of the makeup of how they want to go about it. They would have spoke about it in their discipline meetings. Lindsay, do you mind if I stand the head, Kelsey? Or Kelsey, can you stand the head with me, Lindsay? So they're all the little things that.
Yep.
It's not a weird thing to see Lindsay run up the green. Kelsey, like, what are you doing up here? It's all been trained and prepped. So it's.
And look, those two, obviously we know they've played so much together over the years. They have won countless Australian Open titles. They've represented Australia with distinction together.
It's actually turned into a nice afternoon now, Val.
It has. Fingers crossed the rain doesn't come. Emma Boyd comes up the green as well. So she's going to stand with Jordan Koss at the head. And yeah, the camaraderie, I think, between this Australian quartet, I can't speak for the Canadians. I don't know a lot of them too well, but you can see how they've bonded, the Australians, and they're always in contact. Dawn's so jovial out there. Chrissy's always looks relaxed. I know she says otherwise, but she's a really jovial person to have around. And then Lindsay is just so bubbly in her nature.
Yeah, they've all got their different ways of preparing and going about it. There's no doubt about it. If there's butterflies, well, that's just normal. That's okay. And if there's some nerves or you want to be the person that's a bit extroverted or introverted, just, be you and do what works for you from whatever game you've played in the past, whether it be a club level game right through to where you are now at international level. Just got to be you. But also don't go in hoping you can get it done. Go in with a plan and try and execute it. Chrissy. Nice reply there. Second shot. Beautiful weight.
Got another awesome bowler standing behind us here. Nick Cahill works here at Broadbeach. I've embarrassed him now.
Yeah, he's standing still, so he's obviously knocked off for the day.
Yeah.
No, it's good to see Nick here. And as we see, some of the Australian contingent arriving to the venue for the first time today. Gary Willis, head coach. Stocky.
Yep. Gaz Stocky.
Dawn Heyman on the backhand. Just looking to sit the shot bowl, trail the jack back to Chrissy's first one. Just a couple of bowls high. Nice speed, though. It's a nice shot here. Going to finish. Yeah, well, it's not quite blocked Dawny up. I expect Dawny to change this head up now. Just make a minor correction with similar weight. So this is the wide side. It should get back late. Here it comes. Here it comes. It's getting back. Well, it's just going to turn that into a good spot.
Yep.
It's turned it down too, so it's less vulnerable laying down.
So the Canadians have been on song early, and this was always going to be a bit of a test for the Australians. Their second match, Canada are a real dark horse in a lot of disciplines, and obviously we know the quality that they have in the women's singles in Kelly McCarrahan and the pairs as well, and then Ryan Bester. But these Canadian ladies are sensational bowlers, and Emma Boyd, the way that she's putting them down, she's very impressive.
Yeah, backhand for Emma. She wants to just try and move that shot bowl. If they go one down, it's not the worst thing, but just try and change the angles. Well, that's as good as. That's going to a great home.
So it's a really good end here from the Canadians, who have started pretty well. What's Lindsay Clark got?
Yeah, I like it, but I'm just not seeing the turn we saw earlier. I think the flags, if we look up, Val, those flags are just coming in from the west now. So that wide side all day is now, it's fairly even now. And that...
Yeah, the ocean side.
Yeah, so the flags are just moving towards the ocean now. So we're just seeing the conditions slightly change as Em Boyd wants to change his head up, just turn that blue bowl in behind the jack. Well, she sat the bowl for what could be 3 or 4, but Lindsay needs bowl jack now. Got a lot of bowls catching. As you can see, that bowl working its way back slowly.
What's it done?
And she needs Jack as well.
Lindsay
what a
Clark.
shot.
That is why she's been a mainstay for 21 years, or 20. Just a superstar.
Yeah, brilliant athlete, Lindsay Clark. She really has adopted high performance ever since its inception back in 2005, 2004, and always been a hard-working athlete, has Lindsay, and puts everything into the game to get the best out of herself. And there's some reward there. Great weighted shot, so she couldn't go any quicker. Didn't want to break their head open too much, but wanted to stay around if she got jack movement. That's what she did.
What a start for
That was
Lindsay
perfect.
Clark. She's been on already.
Yeah,
So now-
nearly 20 years coming up since high performance was or the movement happened, I guess.
Yep.
Changed bowls forever.
Her and Kelsey Cottrell have been mainstays for a very long time. And Lindsay's about to hang up the bowls from international level anyway. What a wonderful custodian she's been of this Jackaroos 24/7 mantra. What's Kelsey got?
Trying to draw another one.
She's got it. And look at the celebrations from the crowd on the balcony. Lindsay's mum, Teresa's here watching on.
What makes that shot even better is Kelsey hasn't really been able to follow anything. There's only been a couple of bowls played on that forehand in this direction, so it was a pretty green hand. And as I said, Kelsey couldn't really follow many bowls, many lines, and she's come up and drawn it.
So Jordan Koss can't get through, so Kelsey, another opportunity here. This is going to be fairly difficult to get in. What do you think she does?
Has to try and replicate her last bowl. Can't afford to move anything out the front.
No. Because if anything at the front moves, then they're in trouble.
Yeah, can open it right up for Canada. But this will be the second bowl of Kelsey Cottrell here on the forehand.
They're all on their haunches here. Dawn and Lindsay like it.
Just needs to get down now. Just needs to lean a touch.
Oh, wasn't far
Well, that's
off.
it. So, my apologies. I thought Canada had one to come, but might be two, is it?
I think that's a couple. It's a great start for the Australians to get themselves on the board. Canada looked in somewhat control of that head before Lindsay Clark turned it all around. Beautifully done from the lady affectionately known as Linny.
You see there, Kelsey Cottrell's hat. 5 stars.
That's a lot.
I still remember when she debuted for Australia.
What, in 2005, wasn't she? What was she?
Asia Pacific's.
15?
Yep.
My God.
I remember her first training camp in 2004, walking in as a 14-year-old Australian training camp. And here she is now with 5 stars on her cap.
For those who don't
Incredible.
know, as you said before, Baz, that means she's represented Australia more than 500 times. That was at the Multi-Nations earlier this year, and the only other person to have achieved that feat is the one and only Karen Murphy. Sits at 6'7"
I'm just interested to see what the conditions are doing here. This is where the players, you can get a couple of loose bowls like this as the conditions are just being a little bit fluky, as in sort of nothing that you can really consolidate from. There's no real one direction at the moment. The flags are blowing around. You're going to see some loose bowls just trying to fight the conditions, but ideally they just settle and the players can settle as well. As we see Chrissy just trying to adjust her weight. Needs a clear run now. And that'll do.
So for those who are wondering about updates for women's singles, Alan Ryan has won her 2 matches of the day. She'll get a bye in round 3. She's 2-0, sitting on top of her group.
Okay, so just missing short and heavy with that one. Both bowls down the middle. That's fine. Grab some confidence out of that line. Stick to it. See Dawn Heyman, no mucking around. One of the quicker female players on the tour. Yeah, it's a nice shot. Good opener. So 2 to Australia so far. Got plenty of room for Canada.
Two of the combatants out there for the Aussies were in the fours team at the Commonwealth Games last year. They, of course, being Lindsay and Christina. Unfortunately, they were ousted in the... I don't think they got through the group. Be looking to rectify that here on home soil.
That's not a bad result. Okay, so it's just that bogey bowl on the way in. Just makes the opposition think twice. Don't want to crash. Do I take more grass? And then that can affect the weight control as well. So this bowl's just going to have to hit something. It's actually almost nearly a perfect head. You've got pretty much both wings covered. And then when you start negotiating bowls to get to where you need to go, that can hurt your weight control. That's where you just got to find a line and trust it.
Treacles through. So now Lindsay Clark, her final bowl of the last end was an absolute peach. What has she got here? She's very happy with herself as she was unpacking her bowls for this match. It had chalk on it from her final bowl of the last match. Yeah. So she was pretty pleased.
They're only as good as your last bowl, they say.
Yep.
Just don't want any jack movement here. Run that risk on the open hand. Wants to get away. Yeah, nice.
Lindsay Clark, another one in the area. Absolutely flying.
Yeah, it's an interesting call here from the Canadian skip. I like forehand. Jack's open. But if Emma Boyd can get a clear run to it.
Emma Boyd, she's close.
Yeah, just don't think the angle sits right there. I think the angle's more open forehand. Come down for play the open draw. Leave that bowl at 1 o'clock out of play. And that wide drawing side, I believe it'll get back. So Lindsay, if she can get around that bowl at 11 o'clock and get back to somewhere near these back blue bowls, she's going to be perfect.
Tell you what, Baz.
That's as good as it gets.
2 exquisite bowls from Lindsay Clark. What can her Club Tweed teammate do?
All of a sudden, 5 down.
So bizarre that these two front up together for the Ospreys on a lot of occasions in pennant and for their club, but now the World Bowls Championships, they're against each other as Emma comes underneath.
Yeah, so that's what I spoke about, Val. The weight being affected because the line's being affected, and that's where you can lose sight of both things. Just thought maybe the forehand being the open side, probably better chance of playing the right weight and the right line. Trying to get to centre rink here. So the centre rink is open on the forehand. I don't feel it's open the backhand, but we'll see. We'll see what Jordan can do here with her two. She's got to try and cut it back.
Kelsey Cottrell.
Probably second or third shot would be handy, but Kelsey's on the backhand also.
Now she needs this to get around. She's got the weight to do so. It's coming. It's coming. And it is there for another one to the Australians. That is the shot.
Okay, so this is what you train for, these moments. The number is irrelevant, whether you're 3 down or 6 down. The process is the key.
Jordan Koss.
She's definitely going to cut it back. Bowl solid. And that's a shame because Kelsey Cottrell put that there and filled that hole. I know she wasn't trying to do it, but Jordan was really... She had a bit of steam on that one. It's just unfortunate. You're trying to get close, but you don't want to make it easy for your opposition. And Kelsey, to her credit, she hit it pretty well, but Jordan got back and sat it nicely.
So both of them come down to survey the head, and I really like this from the Canadians. They have not wiped the smiles off their faces this entire contest. They're playing it in a great spirit. They're loving life out there, and why wouldn't you? Representing your country, the biggest stage in this sport. This and the Commonwealth Games go hand in hand. arguably World Championships are probably tougher to win because of the weight of competitors that are in the draw. Lindsay and Kelsey confer at the top of the head, and Kelsey strides back to the mat. Let's see what she can do, Baz.
Yeah, this is why she's in this position, Kelsey Cottrell. The experience, just the rink management right now. Teammate are down there clapping, so it's going to be forehand. Down through the funnel, under the jack, sit the bowl. I like this play.
Well, you've called it perfectly.
Not far away here.
She likes it, Kelsey.
She doesn't want jack now.
A little bit of jack.
Well, needs to stay in. Well, that'll do. Okay, so when I said she didn't want jack, you didn't want jack to go wrong, but it's gone right. And that'll do. One down to 3 up.
Yep. But Jordan Koss with a lot of room to work with. Brittany Boyd saying Canadians are always smiling, and yeah, it tends to be true.
Yeah,
very
big
friendly
big bowl,
reputation.
this one. This is very massive for your confidence. You draw this, puff the chest out a bit, drop the shoulders back, let your teammate know that I'm here. I'm the Canadian skip. I'm up for it.
Yep. Let Kelsey know that as well. Kelsey obviously one of the form players, and she's not happy. Is Jordan Koss. As we see, Carmen Anderson just doing a little jig as she wants her bowl to work for her. But Australia score 3. That's a big end, and Kelsey Cottrell does the job from 1-0 down. The Aussies take command. 5-1 is the buffer.
That's lesson 101 on visiting the head, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Kelsey Cottrell went down, had a chat with her teammates, experience of Lindsay and Kelsey, assessed all the positives and negatives, the pros, the cons, and said, all right, let's go forehand, sit the bowl. And the chances of probably calling that shot or seeing that shot from the other end weren't probably there. But if you've got the opportunity to visit the head, go for it every day of the week. Get down there and then sign off on it as soon as you leave the head and go and execute the shot. So mat up again here, Christina. Excellent lead bowl. That's perfection. That's where you want your lead bowl 24/7.
So a 5-1 lead to the Aussies. Chrissy putting a beautiful one in to keep momentum going. And you're right, Baz. When you score a collect like that, the best thing you can do as lead is put one right there. Set up the head already.
Yeah, you just got to run with it. Momentum, free reign. That's right. So Christina here can afford to just be playing up into the jack. They've played in these greens so many times. Just try and trail the jack, give it a nudge. Another good lead bowl. Just slightly higher than the last, but good speed, coming in nicely. And just 18 inches away. 2 feet.
Noticed, and we were speaking about this, I think, throughout the back end of last year with Clive Adams, and he said he noticed how relaxed Christina Christic has been on the green since her Commonwealth Games triumph. And she just seems like she's got this air of confidence after Birmingham, and rightfully so. She was amazing that day against Tolchard and Farrow.
Yeah, the whole tournament, they competed really well. They played some really gutsy wins, and it's just that growth. You see it in so many sports. You get into a position where you know you're good enough, and it's just getting that self-belief, and then the people around you instilling that belief as well. And then once you get a big win like that, you just know that everything can be achieved. So your self-doubt, there's no self-doubt anymore, and you just go back to your training and continue to believe that the next event comes, you can get it done again and again.
Blake Nam watching on. The Western Australian GOAT is Christina. Yeah, hard to argue. There's been a few great bowlers coming from the West as Dawn Heyman chases in her second bowl.
Just needs to fall under that one. You can just see that coming in nicely. Just needs a little slider, but we're just lacking a couple of feet, but not a bad effort. So right now we've got all Australian players standing together. Standers won.
Yep.
And it's great to see those 4 uniforms right next to each other. So the lead and second have chased their bowls.
Is this going to get up here for Bailey Van Stein? No. So, bit of a concern here for the Canadians because those early bowls in this head are not... None of them are behind. So it's going to have to be up to Emma Boyd and Jordan Koss to rectify this.
Yeah, in a perfect world, those 3 blue ones up the front, you'd want them even up near the ditch, the bank, because their value is so much higher. They're out of the way and they're past Jack, where the majority of the scoring is. So, but only early days. Adjustments will be made as Lindsay draws another.
Lindsay is in some sort of touch today.
So, backhand for Emma. Looks like it's really good weight, just to give it a chance. Promote something, sit something. Close here.
Not far off. She's edged the jack towards Christina Christick's early bowl, and that's why we said it was such a good bowl. Look at where the jack's gone, Baz.
Yeah, she's created a head for her teammates there, though, Emma. So she's created a jack high opportunity for her next bowl, and she's managed to, I believe, get 3rd shot out of that. So Lindsay's just under it. Okay, so Emma's got a nice shot on here all of a sudden. Went from a... Wow. Oh, okay. Jordan's calling backhand. Emma's calling forehand. It's forehand every day of the week for me.
Let's see what she goes for.
And that's where the communication, the trust and belief. So Jordan put the trust and belief back into Emma then.
Yep.
Because she saw something. So
she's gone with the forehand, Baz.
Yeah, forehand's big opportunity here. She needs the jack.
They want it.
She's
they
close.
like it.
Wow.
Not a bad effort at all from Emma Boyd. Very close.
So Val, there is a perfect example about how 2 people's opinions can be completely different.
Yeah.
Jordan's come up here on your backhand, and Emma's like, no, it's forehand for me. And then Jordan said, you're right, you can play this. If that's what you see, you can play this. So that's that trust, and I'll really love to see that instead of just Skipper ruling the roost and saying, no, it's my call sort of thing. So that's great teamsmanship and
the trust in your teammate to get it right. Yep. So Kelsey Cottrell,
if she can play it first and shut it down, that would be ideal here for Kelsey.
Not far away at all. Got it.
So she's played it well. Still only 2, I think.
2 to Australia. So what's the go here for Jordan Koss? Barry?
Yeah, I think it's
forehand.
Yeah, so we immediately think, well, Jordan.
Look at this.
Just want to watch this replay.
How it comes down and she just executed it perfectly. Lindsay pointed to where she wanted the jack to go, and that's where the jack went.
Yeah, we always usually think about how we can get the shot immediately. Sometimes it has to be a 2-bowl play. So Jordan has to at least make this shot easier for her next go. So she shifts something open at the front, or she tries to rip both bowls out.
Big
so
weight.
She's shifted. So that's
she
has opened it up. So that's made her next shot slightly easier. So that's achieved. She's achieved something there. But all of a sudden, there's only 1 blue bowl there.
She certainly wasn't far off then. That's red bowl cannoned past the jack, only by a whisker. So Kelsey Cottrell, she's been the form player in Australia over the past year and a half. She's won everything there is to win, including an AO singles, indoors, Australian championships, female bowler of the year for 2022. Just didn't get the weight that she wanted.
Okay. We'll see forehand again for Jordan. I think it's more of a swing and land. Yeah, good call by Emma. Forehand with weight, both bowls. Or try and get the jack. They like it. What a shot.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant call by Emma, and
So that
Jordan's
could be-
executed it.
That could be 2 here for the Canadians. I reckon it might be, Baz.
Well, the fingers, we didn't quite see.
I thought I might have seen a 2, but we'll wait for the scoreboard attendant to fix that one up for us. But I reckon that might have been a couple there for the Canadians.
Emma Boyd really dictated terms there, which I really like, and that's where, more so old school ways would have said that the skipper really dominates what happens there, but the communication between skip and third had Emma then play the forehand, which opened the head up, created an opportunity for then Jordan to be able to play it with her last. And then here she is, both bowls or bowl onto Jack.
Yep, securing, confirmed, a 2. So, brilliantly done from Jordan Koss in great communication.
Correct, that's the key, communication.
Yeah, it's
Brilliant.
what fours is all about, really, Baz. That you need to have that communication because you can execute everything perfectly. But if you skip and third and second or whoever's playing, you need to have that communication to play the right shots to set up these shots.
Yeah, and communication is a really good skill to have in general. You can be a great skipper, a great player, but you've got to be able to communicate really well with the rest of your team and lead your team. Leadership skills should be probably a segment of that in most coaching manuals, how to lead people into battle. And that's something you need to do all day as a skip. And that's another credit to some of these skippers out here. Over the next week or two, if they're skipping multiple events, they're taking people into battle. And it's all about how they control that, ride the emotions.
Yep. And mentally, I think it's tough. It's not easy because you have to be so switched on, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's that extra role for a skip. Playing the tricky shots, the weighted shots, and then knowing that you need to be there. If one of your teammates is having a bad day, let's say your lead or second was having a bit of a quiet game, you've got to be there for them to try and get them through that and keep them motivated and inspired. As we see, a great shot from Chrissy. Such class. That's just touch.
Playing wonderfully to get that around. Absolutely monumental. Look at that, Baz. Look at where that's sitting.
Yeah, just to be able to back yourself with that touch. And one probably 4 feet behind as well. So you've got a one bowl right there on the jack and another one catching him behind.
Shanolo Moshoko watching from Botswana. Great to have your company. Botswana playing currently at the moment. Great to see so many nations here. We've got the Americans taking on Norfolk Island in front of us as well. So the Australians have been on top of this match, but a couple of bombs from the Canadians have really gotten things back on track for the Maple Leaf. 5-3 as we near the third or a third of the way through this match.
Green speed still around that 14.5 mark, even though we've had a little bit of drizzle. Very, very light, but the bowls earlier were just picking up a little bit of grass clippings. But all in all, the conditions are really nice. Dawnie Hayman.
And the Dawn Heyman fan club, they appreciate it as well. She's a very popular player, is Dawn Heyman. One of the nicest characters in bowls. Lindsay Clark and Emma Boyd. The Ospreys will do battle once again. Canada, of course, undefeated so far. So we look at the replay here and the way Dawn Heyman just navigated her way through there beautifully. A little strut afterwards as well.
Yeah, Emma Boyd just missing under there. Good speed. Her first look at that forehand in that direction, so just a little adjustment needed. As we see Lindsay just play a nice positional bowl here.
So next door for Peter Barnett, USA Norfolk Island leading the USA 6-1 so far.
Yeah, shot for Lindsay there. That just covers the gentle spring of the jack out, sort of 10 feet, as opposed to the big weighted shot getting to the tee.
Of course, the respot puts those tactics into place.
Emma Boyd, wow, what an effort. Missing by millimetres.
Tell you what, Lindsay Clark's 5 ends so far have been sensational. Or 4.5 ends, I should say. Let's see what her final bowl of this end does.
Yeah, just going for a bit of cover.
Yeah, nice.
3 down, 4 down out in the wing there. Just needs to slide past. Well, she's got a bit of connection. It's still handy. So those 4 bowls of Canada sitting together, that's the biggest danger.
Yeah, does Kelsey need to put one in there now?
Well, right now the percentages that are going there aren't great.
Yeah.
But you never know.
I guess Kelsey does have one more, so she'll try and draw this, put another one in the count, and then make Jordan Koss dictate what's going to happen next. '23 World Bowls Championships. This is the first day of World Champs action in 2,412 days, Baz.
Yeah, it's great to see. Great to see. It doesn't feel that long ago, 2016 Christchurch, but like you say, 7 years and some tough times for a lot of people out there in between. But we're back up and running. Well done to all staff and volunteers to get it back to where it needs to be. Big weight here from Jordan.
She's going to rock into her front. So opens things up a little bit now. What does Kelsey do, Barry? Australia has the tee, so
yeah,
it's the go.
I think for Jordan, she's already 2 down. If she flicks her own bowl out, she will go down 3. So it's one of those ones, ideally, you want to take both bowls out and score with the 3rd shot, but you run the risk of taking your own out and killing it and dropping a number on the tee. It's a very tough position to be in with the modern style, with the tee in play versus the old school days. Old school days, you just rip this, kill it, start again. But you got to play to the conditions. So Emma's just asking 6 feet, trail the jack.
Yep. So let's see what happens.
Not a bad attempt.
Not at all. It's coming. It is coming. It's just going to slide past. Not a bad effort at all, though, Baz.
Huge effort. Great weight control.
That's, I think, cut it down from, I reckon that was close to 3. It's cut it down to 2 now. Can Kelsey add a 3rd here for Australia and regain some sort of ascendancy?
Yeah, just want to put it on a high line. Focusing on just getting jack high here. Didn't want to go near it too much either. Didn't want to spring it. Yep.
So, a 7-3 lead to the Australians. The great Gary Willis standing behind us. So, Australia, they're in control. So we're over a third of the way through this match. Of course, 15 ends in this fours format. Shots up do matter in sectional play, so we will be playing out the full allotment of ends here. Good afternoon to everybody who's watching, or good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from. It's pretty late at night in Canada, and we've got a few watching from the Northern Hemisphere.
Nice start from Chrissy. Just 1 yard. Really good track. I just want to talk a little bit about this length here. I think what Chrissy's done really well so far is, with her jack rolling, has really created some consistency in the length. 6-8 feet of different lengths of rolling the jack. If you just overdo it or underdo it can really change the pattern of the game. But Chrissy's done really well just to really roll the jack to a similar length every time, so everyone can get their rhythm up. And there we go again, bang.
Christina Christic.
So you're just getting a pattern. That's quite often a lot of singles players will do it, try and roll the jack to the same length and get into a rhythm. And Chrissy seems to be doing that well with her jack rolling this game so far.
Fiona Hall watching on as well from Mudgee Bar. Hope you're doing well, Fiona. Met her yesterday and just having a couple of complications. So, yeah, really hope you're doing well, Fiona. You're an absolute gem of a human being, and the work that you and the folks down at Mudgee Bar have done, well, it's exquisite. You should be so proud, and your club is a wonderful one at that. Dawnie Hayman.
Yeah, brilliant shot. Open draw on the wide side. Good seconding. Yeah. Just sliding behind the jack. Bailey just sliding past. Going to miss. Just flicking that bowl. Not quite getting enough of it. Dawn switching to the forehand now, so backhand, forehand, testing out her versatility.
How's her change been?
Yeah, it's been a good call just to get forehand back to the blue bowls, and she's done that well. And that's quite often the job of a second, have that versatility, forehand, backhand, turning things, trailing things, positional bowls, and what a luxury to have doing it too.
Exactly right. Jane Boyd saying it's 2:27 a.m. here in Prince Edward Island in Canada. Got a lot of Canadians watching. It's great to see. So, the Aussies, Lindsay Clark and Emma Boyd, make their way down to the mat. As the Aussies would be feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Need to keep the foot on the accelerator.
Yeah, a bit better from Canada, especially having the majority of the bowls jack or beyond here, so it just creates those opportunities if need be. But it's just that front end pressure, winning those front lead and second battles, and not leaving it up to the last couple of deliveries to try and get the shot.
Now that one's not a bad home from Lindsay, is it?
Yeah, she's just missed it. Missed it. She looked unhappy as soon as she let it go. You usually have one or two a game. But to her credit, I'm sure that's the weight that she was looking for, just to arrive up to the blue bowl and sit it. This is a big attempt here from Emma. Well, it gets down. It could be the shot. Well, it is. That's a great bowl, and it's locked in.
Falls in too.
Lindsay looking for some more grass here. Get some contact up the front. Just change the angles maybe. See what happens here. Yeah, not too bad.
If it didn't hit that first bowl there, that was or if it didn't rock into the one that was closest, that could have been on for something there. It was going straight towards the jack.
Emma Boyd was 3 down when she jumped on the mat with her first. She's holding one. And good track. Good attempt, really. 2 good bowls, but she's done the hard work, got the shot for her country.
What does Kelsey Cottrell do now?
And Kelsey might elect to try and absolutely dead draw it, either hand, or play a little forehand flirter. Just try and turn the front red bowl up. There's a couple of options for her, which is what you always want as a skipper. Sometimes you've got no options at all, but in this case, there's a couple there for it. I like just turning the red bowl up twice, up and over.
Kelsey Cottrell.
Just lacking a bit of speed. Perfect line.
Line was magnificent. Now it's time for Jordan Koss to put some ascendancy in her favour.
It's either hand. Jordan can get another one in there. Probably beating that wing blue bowl at 9 o'clock's a good start.
Mark Jones watching from Bali. You were just there recently, Baz.
Yeah, my first ever time. I'll be going back.
You gave a bit of a David Hasselhoff impression as well.
How many times did you watch it back, mate?
Probably 4 or 5. Had to make sure it was you.
So, Jordan, she's just missed high there. It was a good attempt. If she got the inside of the bowl, she probably rubs in for another counter. That's the most story views I've ever had, mate.
Very good.
Yeah, no, love Bali. Be going back again for sure.
Kelsey runs in. She might be tight here.
Well, not quite enough, but a tricky little shot there. It was an inch left or right. You don't get the result you're after. It had to be spot on. Good attempt, but...
Look at all those Aussie bowls in the area. But
yeah.
Emma Boyd has done a wonderful job to secure a shot, and Canada, barring a catastrophe here, will be on the board yet again as we near the halfway point of this match. 2 hour 15 time limit is what we're playing to. That's going to go over the top, so no harm done. Canada back on the board. They score a 1. And the score is at 7-4 in favour of the Australians as we head into the 7th of 15 ends here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. 1 of 5 hosting. Christina Christic almost had a little trip there, trying to kick some bowls away.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first person to have a little trip up on a bowling green. Got to be careful sometimes. Bowls under your feet can be dangerous.
So Broadbeach, Helensvale, Paradise Point, Musgrave and Marjorie Bart are your World Bowls Championships hosts this year. Great to see some great clubs involved in this contest or this competition. And great that we can bring it to you wherever you're watching from around the world. We've got South Africa, Canada, Bali, and all around Australia. Christina Christic looking to gain the ascendancy. She's probably winning the lead battle over Joanna Cooper at the moment, Chrissy.
Yeah, they've had a good tussle. Chrissy just being able to do that, that sort of 2 feet area, that's a solid day. It's a solid end. It's, you know, we all want leads to nail the jack. Guess what? It's very hard to do. And
a little touch of the jack before from Joanna.
Shaving it. But yeah, you know, but it's percentages. It's all about percentages. If you can nail the jack, yes, great. But then the percentages say try and be on or beyond. Especially with players of this calibre. You've got Dawn Heyman and Lindsay and Kelsey coming after Christina. They want a free run at what the target looks like. And if you can provide that free run, they'll play the shot for you.
Now, if you are on the Gold Coast and you do want to watch, highly suggest that you head to world2023.bowls.com.au, head to the travel tab and the event shuttle bus service. Get a bus out to any of the clubs. The buses will depart the Broadbeach Bowls Club and return from all the other host venues in the evening. Return tickets must be purchased to obtain a seat on the bus, and you must show your proof of purchase, but would highly recommend because it's a fantastic initiative.
Dawny just crashing on the shot bowl, or the second shot, just opening up slightly. So a very important part of the day here from an athlete point of view. This is when you need to keep the fuel up, so hydration, body been active for 10 hours for the day, up well and truly before game time. You need to be fueling. You see some athletes just reaching for bananas and snacks. The Jackaroos team, they've got their snack packs rinkside. where they can get some energy. And that's all levels of the game. No matter where you're playing, what level you're playing, you need to stay hydrated and fueled.
You do. And even when you're sitting here commentating ringside live, Barry Lester.
Yeah, how good was that carrot cake?
Actually didn't have it. I'm not a big carrot cake guy. It's got to be a particular type of cake for me. It's either mud or ice cream. I am a child.
And that's just where players at this level, you can't leave anything to chance. You know, and with the support we get from the Australian Institute of Sport, if you know that just snacking on something helpful or something that can provide a bit more energy to last the day out, what kind of hydration you need, it all goes a long way to helping you get the job done. Emma Boyd just under there. Pretty good weight. Probably going to be jack high, just falling under. But as we see again, just that one bowl in there from Canada. How do they get it out? It's good to see Lindsay having a good study of that.
So Lindsay Clark makes her way to the mat. Her final fortnight as a Jackaroo. She'll go down as one of the best. She's already in the Hall of Fame.
So backhand it is. Ideally only moving one Australian bowl. Doesn't want to kick a few of them out of the head. Split and run through. She's done it.
Oh, Linny. Brilliant.
Yeah, the perfect split and run.
And a big smile to boot.
The call was probably bowl through bowl, but the split and run you'll take every day of the week because the reward for split and run means you were right in the zone, right in the area, and she played it perfect. I love the weight control.
Yeah.
So big reply needed here by Emma Boyd.
What she got, she's just under.
Okay, we'll see where this jack is. Might be 3 to Australia.
Unfortunately, we can't get them to stand off the centre line the whole time. Obviously, with 8 players on the rink, it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, spot on, Val. And the players are encouraged and trained to really stand together and stand as a tight-knit team. It looks great. It's good chemistry, and it's great to see. Look at that tight-knit unit.
Yep.
Unfortunately, for the live stream, it doesn't quite work for us, but they're out there. They're trying to win a world title, representing their country. As we see Lindsay again, either looking bowl through shot bowl or split and run. And 1-2, bang. What a shot. Perfect speed. Loving those replays.
Yeah, Locke's doing a wonderful job. Day 1 of the World Championships, he has come to play.
Forehand for Jordan. Just looking to get one in there. Cut it back or even get the shot.
Can't quite see. We do apologise, but
she's done it.
That is the shot.
What a shot under that pressure. 7-4 down on the card and 3 down on the head. Things in her way. That's
yep.
Touch bowl.
All to do here now for Kelsey Cottrell. She's on the forehand.
Yeah, I personally didn't see it forehand, but okay, Kelsey.
Almost got a result there.
I thought it was backhand just off the jack high bowl, but maybe now she's come and had a look. It might look different. Just looked backhand for me off the bowl at 230, but forehand trail I think was the intended outcome for Kelsey. Jordan comes down again on a good line. She's played 2 absolute crackers.
Yep, that is brilliantly done from Jordan Koss.
Well, it'll be forehand now. It's definitely better forehand.
Merv Ford saying g'day. Great comments, Barry. Just completely ignored me. It's typical Merv.
Get on your Merv. He's a Richmond supporter anyway.
Oh, that does help. You're forgiven, Merv.
Yeah, so two massive bowls here from Jordan, holding 2. You know, from 3 down to 2 up potentially. Kelsey Cottrell, Loving this weight control here. Absolutely beautiful weight.
Chrissy really likes it. It needs to get down. It's trying to get down. It's close. It's just over. Great effort from Kelsey, but an even better effort from Jordan Koss.
Yeah,
who I reckon has secured 2 there for Canada.
Almost deserves 2 replays. That last bowl of Jordan's.
It's making Locke really work.
Just for the position of the game, so 3 down to 1 up, and then 1 up, and then a head that sort of sits fairly well for Kelsey, and then comes down and gets another 1 in there. So 3 down to 2 up, 5-shot turnaround. And talking about fuel, as we see Lindsay Clark in front of us grabbing some water. It's that time of day.
Yeah.
That's it, thirsty work, refueling.
Just playing bombs and absolutely dominating out there, Lindsay Clark. But the scenario, well, it was 7-3. Now it's 7-6. Canada have fought their way back in. They are playing brilliantly. And a great start from Joanna Cooper.
Yeah, very good start. Just off the back of picking up a double. Just putting 1 in there behind.
Canadians have not lost today. They have defeated Norfolk Island 21-8, which is a good win considering Carmen Anderson is in that team. She's a world champion in her own right. Made the AO final in the women's pairs with Ellen Faulkner just a couple of months back, and is playing women's pairs with Shea Wilson. The 2 of them made the quarterfinals at the Com Games last year. Pretty handy lead on the Australians as well before they pegged it back.
Great shot. Just shaving the jack. Little touch up. 2 bowls past the jack. So things have changed cosmetically. You know, a few earlier ends there. We saw Canada just dropping them in short. All of a sudden, pick up a 2. There's a good feeling in the air. Team's having a laugh. A few high fives. I'm going to grab some momentum. Can Christina shut that down quickly? It's not a bad effort.
Not bad at all. Joe Franzi watching on. He'll be on marshalling duties tomorrow at Broadbeach. Unfortunately, Joe, we won't be here. We'll be at Club Helensvale tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait to get over there. I just took a glimpse last week of the new structure and the way the club's set up.
Looks unreal, doesn't it? Max
brilliant.
Have done a great job. Our partners at BA.
Canada's lifting here. This one's just going to fall short, but their intent, you can see they're really having a good go here. Similar to England in the previous game we spoke about, Val. Yes, they didn't win, but just the intent and the way they were still trying hard right to the end. That's all you can do at this level, and it's a hard slog, the world champs.
Yeah,
a lot of games. Dawn Heyman, absolute class player.
Well, you'll hear when Dawn Heyman puts down a bomb. She is genuinely loved.
What and just an out-and-out luxury having Dawn Heyman playing 2 for you. Just backing up the lead and playing those classy shots, those little trails, little movements.
Not to mention, playing lead in triples.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if Dawnie is a good player, she is. She has that ability to just play those shots, shift things, and play the right weight. Look at the weight control here again.
Dawn Heyman, what have you got?
Now that was perfect weight, just fraction high, but yeah, so Dawnie, her first big major, big 5-a-side, and that's the go. If you can make that Aussie 5-a-side at a major, that's the top of the pops. And there she is, great to see.
She's been on fire. She's been one of the form players on Australian soil in recent years. She won the Australian Champion of Champions back-to-back years, and unfortunately, due to the pandemic, she couldn't go and she couldn't go and win a world title. As Emma Boyd, I reckon she might have done enough there.
If she hasn't, she's definitely made the head better for Canada. Got two bowls in there now, and any jack movements in their favour as well. So just the way the heads can form, sometimes you might not be actually holding shot, but they can just favour you. So as much as Australia might have shot there, but the bowl's vulnerable, it's standing up, and then you've got the bowls there of the blue ones there for Canada. So the way the head shapes up, it probably favours Canada. Now Lindsay's job is to make it so it doesn't favour Canada anymore. Try and flop off the blue or even tuck the jack in. It's not a bad attempt here by Lindsay.
Not at all, but it's going to just treacle around the back.
That's a good home. Yeah, well played.
Really interesting start to this match because Australia have seemed like they've had the momentum. But Canada have scored on more ends. They've scored 4 times, Australia with 3.
We're just getting a bit of breeze in our face there, Val. We've had it work from behind us, that breeze, and now it's in front. So that's just that condition I spoke about before. It's starting to move around a touch. It's getting quite dark here too, not far away from the lights being put on. It's come over really dark.
So again, we do apologise. We've got the team standing in the way where there are 8 players on the rink, so it is going to happen from time to time. We'll call this in for you.
Lindsay Clark, backhand. Loving this speed. Just needs a clear run now.
It's going to crash.
Just clipping. Not bad.
There we go. They move off the centre line for us. So it's up to the skips now. Canada have won the last 2 ends and 3 of the last 4 to rectify a 3-7 deficit. It's now 6-7. And the Canadians have a bit of the momentum at the moment.
Yeah, Jordan just going to be high here. Probably just over the weight too, but if she can get one, well, she can. So that's another one on the tee. It just makes Australia keep thinking a bit more too. In case Jordan wants to try and play big, potentially run at the front blue through the shot bowl or front blue through the jack and have 2 on the tee. Got to be thinking that all the time. Got to be one step ahead. So the first job at hand is just to get another one in there for Kelsey Cottrell.
Kelsey on the backhand. They're hunched over. It's not going to get there, but what will it do?
Yeah, good call from Emma. Calls have been spot on from what I can see, Emma Boyd, and that's coming from a lot of experience of playing high level Gold Coast bowls. So just drop the weight off, similar line. Looking for the blue up through the jack. Good effort. Well, there you go.
Jeez, that's stiff. That is a stiff result. I reckon that might have just coughed up shot, Baz.
It's very close. I can't pick it. I think Australia's holding because there wasn't much communication between Lindsay and Kelsey.
No.
So pretty sure Aussies have still got one. If they haven't, I reckon they might have after this.
Kelsey Cottrell, does it get
what
there?
What an effort.
Very close. So let's just see.
Okay.
Canada, no. Canada pick up the mat.
There you go.
Barry, Canada have won 3 ends in a row. And all of a sudden, we are deadlocked at 7 apiece.
That's all I've got left, mate. Retro party mix.
The Allens, Baz has brought out.
Yeah, I couldn't see who had shot, but yeah, sort of, in the area, as they say, but a little bit fortunate, little slide, and then feathered the shot bowl out of the head.
So Canada, 4 of the last 5 ends. They've won 5 ends to 3 of the 8 that we've played. So at the moment, the momentum's certainly with them. And it looked as though the Australians were going to possibly run away with it, but Canada have fought back wonderfully. Jean Schofield saying these girls are good, and yes, they certainly are. All 8 of them, but the Canadians, in recent moments, have held firm. They are playing brilliantly and superbly.
Yeah, shot Chrissy.
Christina Christic, though, she wants to change things.
Yeah, you've got a player like Chrissy there. She's loving that side of the rink and being rock solid. Pretty much all the players are contributing some level, but I'm really loving the communication from all skips and thirds. Just the way they're really chatting about what shot selections and going through that really methodically. So Emma Boyd doing very well with Jordan there. And there's a few wins happening, I think, with body language and the way they're going about it. So, Lovely shot there.
Joanna Cooper.
Joanna, lovely. It's 2 inside 2 feet. But just those little wins, chasing after a bowl, some high fives. They're tiny little wins, and they can have a really big result on how you're managing to stay in a game or fighting back into a game. Chrissy turns her bowl once. 2 goodies. Four great lead bowls.
Look at that. So now time for Bailey Van Stein.
Left-hander.
What has she got?
Yeah, looks pretty good. Just needs to get there now.
It's all about the weight here. It's not far off. It was a mighty effort. We're going to see a change of hands coming.
Dawn Heyman on the forehand. On the eastern side here at Broadbeach. Green 3. That's absolutely perfect for a second. Dawn Heyman. I remember playing with Jeremy Henry years ago. He said, Barry, just play a yard all day for me, mate. And if you can get a second, just poking into the head with 18 inches to a couple of feet of weight all day long, you're going to win a lot of games of bowls.
So what has this done here for Bailey Van Stein? It's gone through.
Oh, the perfect promotion.
Yep.
Look at this head of bowls. Every bowl inside a yard.
Magnificent.
Dawn Heyman can bring their house down here. Same weight, a bowl narrower, just trail it 18 inches.
I think she's gone around the back here.
Yeah, it's not all bad though. We're going to keep seeing aggression from Australia, so being passed is fine.
That's good. Well, she's got the tee now. So Dawn with the tee. This is a really pivotal end. Canada have not led since the end of end 1 when they scored just that single. Australia have led or been tied ever since then. They led it 7-3, but Canada have scored a 1, a 2, and a 1 in the last 3 ends to peg that lead back. It's been close. It's been hard fought. Emma Boyd.
Nice track.
It's not far off, Barry.
She needs to get right out now. No angles. Right out. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. So her weight's really good.
Calgary Lawn Bowling Club. Very happy with Bailey Van Stein's effort. As they should be. She's working her way into this one. Lindsay Clark now had the better of Emma Boyd early on, but Emma has worked her way into this sensationally.
Yeah, Lindsay here. It's one of those ones, super weight critical here. Let the bowl do the work. Back to the jack. Needs to hold now.
She's not far away, but the weight.
Yeah, so
needed a bit more.
What time is it now? So it's 3:57. They say at 4, give it a yard more. Some
I
of the
like
locals,
that.
some of the locals at 4 give it a yard more. So there we have it. The temperature's dropping. I've got the jacket on now. See Val just shivering a touch.
I'm close to putting it on, to be honest.
So the conditions are changing. So as it's cooler air, the grass gets cold, the leaf stands up a little. You can see the bowls sitting down even lower than they were an hour ago. And this is where the players need to be conscious of that. Just need to be pushing through it a little bit more, stepping into it a bit more as the conditions slightly change. So Lindsay Clark, plan B here is just that cannon, that front cannon to open things up. And there we go, only one down.
So that shot bowl stays where it is as the skips now make their way to the mat. Canada looking for a 4th end in a row and a 5th of the last 6, and to take the lead, more importantly.
And you can see just even people in the crowd starting to reach for jumpers and jackets.
There's a little bit of movement, isn't there? Yeah.
Yep, starting to cool off.
Yeah, it did reach a high of 22, 23 today, and my watch is saying 20 at the moment, but it definitely feels cooler than that. The old feels like guy. So now what has Jordan Koss got?
She needs another one in there. That shot bowl's very lonely.
Jordan Koss.
Well, that's brilliant.
Wow. She's lifted.
That is a great shot.
Sublime.
See some big weight here from Kelsey, or still just try and play a little timer in there. Yeah, we're going to see big weights. A solid. I like this. This head needs to change.
It's going to change.
Can she do it?
Oh, how did those 2 bowls stay? All the Australian ones are gone. Yeah. So 1 now apparently to Canada. That's indicated by both Jordan and Emma.
1 to Canada.
Yep.
That's better than 2 down, how it was situated. And she's got a clean run at it now. So
this is, well, these 2 bowls here, probably the 2 biggest bowls of the match.
I'd love to see Kelsey just go down and have a bit of a look at this one. Just a bit of rink management. I'm sure we'll hear her say something to Linz, just get some reassurance.
Yep, so Dawn Heyman had the tee and still has the tee.
Yep, read it like a book. Off you go, Kels. Get down there. Own the head. Superstar of the game, Kelsey Cottrell. This is great rink management. Go down, have a look. Really tee off on what you want to play. It's all about probably weight control now. It's going to be some form of aggression, but it's how much and what are the plan Bs and Cs? What if we kill it? What if ours goes? And I think we can see big weight at 3 o'clock bowl. Inside of the 3 o'clock, take the 2 Canada bowls out. This would be the biggest weight for the match, I believe.
Kelsey Cottrell. 1 down. Big again. What's she got? They don't mind it. Oh, that's a bad result.
Just getting the outside of that bowl instead of the inside. Big effort.
Well, Canada now, they've got a bit of a stranglehold on this because they've won 4 ends in a row, 5 of the last 6 from 7-3 down. They're up 9-7 here after 9. They are looking very, very good. And their final 2 of Emma and Jordan bowling very well.
Hello, Alan Vidler. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thinking of you, buddy. Yeah, conditions are changing, and so is the momentum. There's no doubt about it. You've just got to be aware of some of these factors that present themselves in the game. You know, if it's predicted it's going to be a wet weather day, have all your cloths, your wet weather gear ready, or in this case, one of the cooler days we had in the last few weeks, and as it's cooled off now, you can literally see the grass starting to fluff up. And the bowls sit down, and this green slow up in front of your eyes. Who can adapt the quickest? Keep putting those bowls into the scoring areas. As we see Christina just trying to... Yeah, she's done it. That's enough for shot. Good shot, Christina Christic. Yeah, so anyone's match right now. On the forehand there. Well, that'll do. That's a lovely correction as well. 1 yard of weight required. One shot to Canada. It's a kind hand. Both players enjoying that forehand to this clubhouse direction. Both knowing their line so far. There's another one there for Christina. So a high majority of bowls being played on that side. So we see Bailey forehand for the lefty. Fair bit of room to count. Probably about a yard. Just going to slide through, but good home. So it's just coming over a little dark now. Sun's setting, and there's a bit of cloud here, so conditions are changing, but these players are up for the task. The last few heads have been brilliant. Dawn Heyman. So as we see there, as the green's starting to slow down, it's just that fraction easier to nail the line. All bowls down the centre of the rink there. It's going to be first in best dress. Who can nail it first here? Make the most of that open hand. Dawn Heyman, backhand. Debuting for Australia, their first World Championship. She'll be so excited to be out there representing the Jackaroos with some legends of Australian bowls. Still a good crowd here today. Staying around to watch the Aussies and some of the other countries alongside them. USA playing Norfolk Island next door and Botswana playing India. Okay. Emma Boyd. Clear road, yeah, around those front ones, and she's drawn another. Got away sharply at the end, but I'm pretty sure it's enough for two. And the score is currently Canada 9, Australia 7 on the 10th end. You see USA 4, Norfolk Island 9 after 9 ends. So these pool games are all important, especially shots. So if you're not winning, you've got to be just going down, keeping the games tight. As we see Lindsay Clark here on the forehand, looking to sit on one of the shot bowls. Gets around the front, loving this weight. Well, just edging. Gets a little dribble up, and that's handy. Good attempt by Lindsay. And we see Botswana leading India 10-9. So a close one there. It's coming over dark, as I said. Emma Boyd, well, that's going to be enough for two. Big shot required here from Lindsay. Something very similar to the last. Just come down, confident draw, sit the shot bowl. Kelsey's asking it to turn. Get some work off her front one. Just a little slide inward. Well, maybe punch it over then. That should be only maybe one down now. Possibly two.
It's been a very good end again from Canada. And Colin Bray watching on. Great commentary, Valen Barry. Now, Colin, we missed you before. You're our resident Jack counter, and we've lost a few today. So, need an excuse as to why you're late.
Fiji score. We'll get that for you. But Kelsey Cottrell, she's got a couple of big deliveries coming up here. Finds herself down. 2 on the head, I believe. Jordan Koss, she can add to the count here or really shut this down. Something on the way in Kelsey's eye. She's just going to fall short on this occasion. So Kelsey Cottrell, big bowl required.
This is huge.
Yeah, just work off the red bowl. Flop off the shot bowl.
Kelsey Cottrell to get Australia back some sort of ascendancy.
Just overplayed it. Great.
She'll get
great
one more.
line.
Yep.
Just slightly heavy for what she wanted.
So she'll get one more. Canada controlling things at the moment. Okay, Colin, you're excused then.
Val, can you see what I can see? Wait a minute. Jordan might change this. See all those red bowls at the back?
I do.
I wonder if... Well, there you go. That's sort of stuff that theory.
Yeah.
I just thought, does Kelsey just go smack straight at the front red through the jack for 4 on the respot? But that's not going to happen now.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, I was like, oh yeah, I can see that.
Okay, Kelsey, a little bit less weight, similar line.
Oh, hello.
Big clutch bowl required here. Kelsey Cottrell, she's chasing after it.
Kelsey
That's
Cottrell.
the shot.
That is sensational. And the Aussie fans appreciate it. They end a run of 4 straight ends to the Canadians. And they are back on the board. We've got 5 to play, Baz. 2/3 of the way through. The Canadians lead at 9-8.
Yeah, and there's a new mat location, and there's going to be a new jack location. It's called Ditch to Ditch. And
this is the Cottrell special.
Yeah, something that would have been trained in the scenario training that the Aussie Jackaroos get up to. If things aren't going our way, let's go ditch to ditch. And
is it staying on? No.
Oh, okay. So this is where...
I thought that looked a bit quick.
This isn't just any normal jack roll from Canada. This is a very important jack roll. As we said, they've won a lot of ends in the last 5 or 6 ends.
Well, they've won 4 in a row. Australia needed the length.
They need to get back. Canada want to go back to where they've been getting it done.
That's exactly where they're going.
So good effort by Chrissy there, just losing it, but that's not the first time.
So, Sue Howie watching on. Yes, Kelsey. Now, that's the great Andrew Howie's mum. Andrew is our events coordinator or events manager at Bowls Australia.
Colin, there you go, Colin. You join us and then bang.
There's one. And he's the tournament director of this wonderful event, this World Boss Championships. He has done a mountain of work to get this event up and running. There's constantly moving parts, constantly changes. And Christina Christic, that's a brilliant starter.
It was all in the plans, Val.
Yeah, she meant it.
Lose the jack. They fall for it. They roll it to where they think we don't want it to be, and then I nail it. Mind games, mate. It's all mind games out there at the moment. No, but what a response from Christina. Loses the jack, but backs it up with a great lead bowl. Both leads really lifted. That's sensational. Side resting touch up.
So Joanna Cooper. Yeah, Chrissy was winning the lead battle early on, and I think a lot of the Australians had the better of Canada early on, but the Maple Leaf has worked its way back in and haunting the Australians at the moment.
Yeah, Christina, lovely reply here. Just sliding past. That's great bowling.
Good home, though.
Yeah, every chance the jack's going to end up over that direction of the head at some stage. So Christina showing her experience there, just making sure she was there. Shots a bonus. Build ahead for her teammates. Yeah, some great uniforms out there. Loving all the different colours. And the Aussie teammates on the sidelines cheering them on. There's players have come over from other venues, come back, join the Aussie players to cheer them on. As we see there, just something making Joanna reset there, and don't know what happened. As Dawn's played nice little arriving weighted shot there, just missing high. Okay. Bailey on the forehand. Sorry, backhand. And that's a great shot. Framed the head slightly. See Dawny now. Just play that little arriving shot. She's chasing after this one. It's a nice head the way it's situated for Canada. Can she change this up? Well, she's going to miss under. And as we see, just getting to Jack High. So the green. It's definitely probably lost about 4 feet of weight. Bailey trying to get another one in there. Oh, well, that's brilliant bowling.
This is fantastic from Canada. Sandra Victoria has also echoed those sentiments on the comments, and they have really lifted here. Australia finding themselves under immense pressure, and Canada knocking off Norfolk Island 21-8. That's a good win considering Carmen Anderson's presence in that quartet. And then to defeat the Commonwealth Games champions in India. That is no mean feat.
Lindsay Clark, big weight. She wants to open this head right up. What can she do?
Big weight from Lindsay. It's just drifted under. Will she go again, Baz?
Yeah, well, they win the tee, so I just don't think it's a kind enough head to play flirty weight. And it comes back to, once again, the training and the shot selection that the third and Skips would have discussed previous games and in training. So, and it all comes back to what Lindsay's confident too. Lindsay can play a good bowl with 4 or 5 feet of weight down there and chip away and not change the head up, whereas I think if she goes big, open it right up and give Kelsey a chance. So Emma Boyd might go to the tee here. This might change things. So if Emma gets the tee, all of a sudden Lindsay might try and back the weight off.
So 8-9, 4 ends to play after this.
Lindsay Clark.
Big again.
She's higher. What has she got?
She's going to collect something. And it's only the Australian bowls.
Just took one out.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 down now. So Emma Boyd. Now, this is really basically a 1 bowl target. Okay, it's probably technically a bowl and a half, but because their two bowls are slightly apart, doesn't really make the target bigger. So what they've got to do here, Emma, is, yeah, exactly where Jordan's foot was. You can afford to reach and try and count, but just don't make this target any bigger. And she's done all right, sliding through. It's one of the harder shots in bowls. It might look good that you're holding 3, but you've made it a bigger target and much easier for your opposition versus a 2 that's extremely hard.
Baz, how important could that missed jack roll be?
Yeah, it's part of bowls. It's like a short bowl or, if you're going to draw the tee and you don't achieve the tee, it's like any component of the game. You're trying your best to achieve something. But to Chrissy's credit, she backed it up with 2 cracking lead bowls. And, we'll soon find out how it comes about. But once
100%. And look, it happens to everybody.
But it's we've seen a lot of it today, and I preempted it before the start of the second game. For some reason, all my years of playing on this green 3, it's a beautiful green. It's just a weird thing that we a lot of players lose a lot of jacks on rolling the ball. They're rolling the jack on this green. And I can't say I can speak about any other green I've played on that same way.
Kelsey, what has she got? Needs it to get down. Needs it to get down. It's going. Kelsey Cottrell.
She's done it again.
Huge.
3 down to 1 up. Previous then, 2 down to 1 up.
Sitting on a precipice here of possibly falling out. What's the go here? They trying to sit the bowl away.
Yeah, Jordan trying to dislodge that bowl.
Kelsey Cottrell once again.
I would have loved to see Jordan just go down, assess the situation, compose herself, just go down and have a chat with her team. Great shot there, Kelsey Cottrell. Perfect weight.
2 ends in a row. This is why she's the anchor.
Yeah, it just would have been just. I know it's in retrospect, but just for Jordan, you could see she was shaking her head before she bowled that last bowl, and you never want to play a bowl upset or in a mood that isn't of positive nature.
Yep.
And she was standing behind the mat, shaking her head, and got up and bowled. It would have been great just to go down and have a bit of a chat with her teammate, like they have been, having a bit of a laugh and just sort of all be bubbly and positive and tell her teammates that I'm gonna play this shot, walk away in a real positive mindset.
Yep.
But she might have been shaking her head about something else that I may have missed. But they're the little things, especially early in a tournament like this.
That was as good as it gets from Kelsey. She's done it 2 ends in a row and really worked Australia out of some trouble, because they were in real strife. They were on the verge of going 4 behind, and Baz.
Yes, definitely 4. Yeah, 5 behind. Yeah, they were holding 3, and Jordan might have been drawing for 4.
Yep. And all of a sudden, we are sitting at 9 apiece with 4 ends to play, including this one.
Yeah, Christina Christic just going on that. Will she get something to sit on? Oh, she will. That'll do.
Brilliantly done.
Nice reply. So Jack length, about 31, 32 metres. So
It's one of the
longer ones, yes, definitely. Yep, no doubt. And that's a good little tester for all the players, especially as the conditions, as I said earlier, just with the green slowing up a touch. And how dark it got earlier. I didn't expect. The sun's been setting a little bit later recently. Now we're moving into spring, and I didn't expect it to get this dark so early, but we have had some thick cloud cover come over.
So, Australia, they haven't won 3 ends in a row at all in this match. They won 3 out of 4 early on to take a 7-3 lead. Canada went on a run to take that to 9-7. And 2 Kelsey Cottrell bombs have rectified that deficit for the Australians. The Jackaroos are sitting at 9 apiece. This was always going to be a tough match in this group. Canada, such a competitive team, and having the likes of Jordan Koss and Emma Boyd, who bowls here in Australia. What has Dawn Heyman got?
It's always a positive sign, chasing after this one, Dawny.
When Dawn chases, she knows needs a little bit more run.
Yeah, line all over that.
Yeah.
Well, she hasn't made it any easier for her opposition. We see the lights actually come on.
Yep.
So got the LED technology now. Great shot there.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, LED lights lighting now. Great to see. One flick of the button, they're on full power straight away. Much cheaper to run. I was at a club recently with the old high bay lamps, and I felt sorry for their power bill.
Yeah, they definitely cost a bit more.
Yeah, no, they're amazing. The new lighting
Yep.
facilities. We're quite spoiled as players, having to play a number of games into the evening for various events. And
Yep. Well, the Nationals is one of those at the Oz Champs.
yes,
Champ of Champs as well. Play some evening sessions. Now it's Lindsay Clark's turn. She played some rippers earlier, but Bailey Van Stein has wrestled the ascendancy back.
Lindsay forehand with weight, trying to kick the jack out of there or dislodge the Canadian bowl.
Lindsay Clark,
Oh, my goodness.
how did she find that gap?
Well, she's achieved 2 back bowls out of it, so they
Yep.
win 2 on the tee now.
It's all about chess, isn't it, Baz?
Yeah, just being that 1 or 2 steps ahead.
Darren Famillo saying, need one behind the head here. Well, they've got them behind the head.
Yeah, it's a tough one. They need another one in there,
Yeah.
but they also need one on the tee. Emma Boyd's played that. She can cover the jack. Well, that's nearly perfect. They've got 2 or 3, Canada, but they don't have anything on the tee. Lindsay Clark,
She going big again.
big again. Maybe even bigger. Yep, definitely bigger. Needs the jack out of there.
How's it looking? She's not far away.
Needs to clear the front. Well,
Oh, got one out, and now Canada have the tee.
right, so a little bit stiff there, Linz, because she got something in the middle. The chances of Canada's bowl going back to the tee weren't very high if she quartered or halved something, but the fact she middled something, that took a bit of weight off it, and unfortunate to lose the tee, but the way Kelsey's been coming up with the clutch bowls, she won't be far away here.
No. But Emma Boyd, she's worked her way into the match sensationally. And that's not a bad home at all. Australia have nothing in between the jack and their back bowl, or back bowls, I should say.
Yeah, there's a nice pocket there for Canada, but still don't want to expose that jack. As it sits, it's protected. That's always very, very helpful at this stage. The only way Kelsey can get that jack out of there is probably off something or blew right through it. You run the risk of taking 1 or 2 of your own out. So it's a tricky little head, this one. It's all about the weight control. So 10 feet of weight's bad because it kicks blue through jack for 3 or 4 or 5 down. So that means it has to be just over the draw or really big weight for 1 down on the tee or jack right back. So these are the options that Kelsey faces. And the shot's being played in her head right now. It's all been signed off. Now it's execution time.
Here we go. Kelsey Cottrell, she's got 2. Jordan Koss has 2.
Here we go. Kelsey Cottrell, big weight.
Huge weight.
Backhand. Bowl through jack.
Gap.
Right.
So now the equation for Kelsey Cottrell. What's the go here, Barry?
Yeah, so the way the head sits there, so if the shot bowl is edged out of the head, it could remove Canada's other blue bowl, especially if Kelsey gets work off the red at 1:30, 2 o'clock. So both Canada bowls leave the head. It's 4 shots to Australia. So, but then the thing is with Jordan here, she needs another one in there, but doesn't want to change it and make it easier for Kelsey. But as it stands, that's a pretty wide target. Back Kelsey to change it with her last.
So where does Jordan, where does she have to put hers now, Baz?
I actually think in a perfect position would be about a foot to 18 inches in front of the actual shot bowl, covering the target and
Tell you what, I reckon that's what she's tried to do here.
beating some of the ring. But she might try and play the actual match, like a match-winning shot, blew through jack. Well, she gave it a go, blew through jack, probably just underdid it.
So this is...
Okay. Yeah, this is huge now.
Yeah.
You're right, Val.
This is massive because any wrong movement of the jack here, and you could almost give the win to Canada.
Yeah, this is almost the moment of the match, wherever this bowl finishes, because it just creates a huge opportunity for Canada. Kelsey having a look at it. So we can see there that front bowl, the shot bowl at Canada's, if that's contacted with 6 feet of weight, kicks through the jack for Canada to score 5 shots. And Kelsey, if she's only 1 down, she might say, maybe it's best that I cover the danger as opposed to going for the shot. Bide your time a little bit, but or do you blast it? Take away all the opportunities for Canada and go your 1 down on the tee.
Well, Jordan's still got 1 more. So if you remain 1 down, it could be 2 down.
And if the bowl at 1:30, 2 o'clock of Australia's shifted and nothing else, it creates another shot for Jordan to be able to trail the jack on her backhand for 4 or 5.
Yeah. This is a precarious position that the Aussies find themselves in.
Yep.
I think Emma's going to call Jordan down to the head. Yep. At some stage or in between bowls here, because this is a really, really pivotal moment. It's at 9-all. Canada have got complete control.
Okay. Kelsey Cottrell, I think she blasts here. Open this head right up. Take both bowls out.
Kelsey
They
Cottrell.
like it. Bowl clean.
She has done it again.
Wow. Very good shot, but stiff. Was going for both bowls. One of them stayed. You can't play it any better than that.
It did, but she's still gone from, the negative position. They're 2 up now, I believe.
So backhand, big weight, looking for both bowls. Shot bowl onto the other blue bowl of Canada. And it middles it and stays. It just needed to flick it on the way out for 4 shots.
But she asked the question. They're still 2 up.
Okay, so Jordan there just chatting with her coach on the bank, and now have a chat with her teammates. She's got a big pool of bowls where the Canada players are standing. Jack movement down the line with 4 feet of weight, and you're talking at least 5 shots. What a moment for young Jordan. World Championships, playing the Australian Jackaroos on their home soil. And you've got a moment to make a huge number here. This is why you put in the hours. This is why you do all the training.
So Jordan Koss, we've constantly gone through biggest moments of the match, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. This is her moment now. Kelsey has done everything she possibly could.
Jordan Koss, forehand it is. Any jack movement back.
Very close. Jeez. Jordan Koss. Oh, my word.
Well, she's taken the shot bowl out, or one of the counters out, so it might be 1 to Australia here.
That was so close, but again, it's Kelsey Cottrell.
Yeah, great hustle by the Aussies there.
Jordan Koss, what an effort it was. Chrissy, the mat is right back. And all of a sudden, 3 ends in a row for the Aussies.
Yeah,
10-9.
Odds were stacked against the Aussies then. Definitely that head favoured Canada, but they hustled hard. Some really good talks amongst the team, third and skip, Linz and Kelsey. And they went for it, and it came off. Good roll by Chrissy.
This has been a sensational contest.
Kelsey Cottrell, she won so many titles across her career from backing her ability, and that's what she did then. She took the shot bowl out clean.
And it's been these singles. Dean Andrews has said 3 ends in a row to Kelsey. Well, yeah, essentially, she has absolutely rescued things.
Yeah, that's right. That's how the game can fall sometimes. You have 3 or 4 ends where you don't have to do much. Your front end does it for you, and then you chip in, and that's the beauty of fours. If everyone plays their role. Nice start, Chrissy. You get a good overall team performance. Everyone playing to the percentages. You're in a good position 9 times out of 10. So the business ends now. 3 to go. So we see the shade shadows come across the green as the sun sets. The lights are on. Breeze is just freshening. This is about percentages now with where your bowls are finishing. Make sure you're giving them a chance. Christina Christic. Oh, that's a nice little toucher there. Both bowls well and truly in this end. So Joanna Cooper, backhand it is. Just looking for a little bit more grass. As we see this hand, these bowls coming in from a higher arc now. This hand, flag's just switched in from the west slightly. Just lacking a yard to count there. Good line in. Dawn Heyman, forehand. Not much in her way.
So, Australia, it looked like they were in panic stations for a moment, being down 9-7, and there's been times when it looked like it could have been, 14-7.
Yeah, and that's just that. And you mentioned a few times earlier, Val, about communication. Just the way that Kelsey came down, she could have quite easily stayed down the other end and had a bit of a communication battle with Lindsay, but it was all class. Walked up, they had a really good sound discussion about what they wanted to do, and that was the key to playing that shot, because once you're at the head, you see what you want to play, you've got to sign off on it, walk back to the mat with one shot in your mind, and she played it, and that was a big rescue.
Huge rescue.
Dawn Heyman. Early chase. So looking for a yard away is Dawny. Just needs to work under this front blue one now. Yeah. Line's good, just a yard shorts. So that's about what the green is now, about where Dawn's bowl is. That's probably the pace that's gone out of this green. And you can clearly see there's less run on. But that's the conditions. The players know that well. So we're into our third last end, and we haven't got a bowl past the jack yet. I know
we've had sitting all right, jack high.
Yeah, we've had one shave it.
Yeah,
but that's just how it is. Playing to the conditions, just trying to work through that at the moment. But over the next two ends, you must be really conscious of it. Give those bowls a chance.
So, Lindsay Clark. Backhand.
Yeah, backhand it is. Should arc back all right, especially like I said with that breeze now. You can see that's a slightly sharper side now than what it was earlier. It's getting back nice.
And that's exactly where you just alluded to, Baz, getting it around the back. Australia currently holding to 3, I think.
Yeah, 3 or 4. I'm not sure about this call. Emma can prove me wrong, but I think there's a bit more percentage on the forehand working down through the open hand. Unless she's looking just to turn the front blue up. It's going
to come underneath, Baz.
Yeah, it's a hard shot. It's almost nearly maybe rumble time. The head just doesn't sit well for Canada. Emma can play a really good bowl on her backhand, and any contact on that blue is not going to minimise the deficit of 3 or 4 down. That blue bowl needs to be shifted about 2.5, 3 rolls to cut down the count. So let's see what Emma can do. She's had a solid game.
She's gotten better and better, as we said. What she got here, Emma Boyd, backhand, as you alluded to, Baz.
It's much better. Is it going to break in time? Well, she's played it pretty well to there.
She's not far away.
Emma Boyd, she gets through. She's going to cut back some shots here. She's played it well.
That's the shot. Emma Boyd.
Little slide. Could be enough.
I reckon that might be.
Jack Highbowl over there at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you're right.
Could be hanging on. Well, it was a good correction from Emma. Slightly higher and gave it a little bit more gas. So, little friendly slide, but as they say, in the area. But it was a really tricky head, really hard way to get in. Kelsey Cottrell, it's no easier for her as well now. She's got the 3 back bowls there, the 2 back bowls there. Forehand toucher. I think that's the best shot for her at the moment. Yes, it is. It's forehand. Kelsey Cottrell with that bend in the knees, bend in the arms, really balanced approach. Forehand with weight.
Kelsey Cottrell.
She's looking for a cannon here. Red through the blue. Or blue, just halving off.
Yep. So now there's no question about who has the shot.
I actually didn't see that shot. That was a great selection. I liked it.
Julie Bell, Simic, watching from Leeds in the UK. Third last end. Australia lead by 1. They led 7-3 Canada. Then rocketed out to a 9-7 lead.
I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Jordan's...
Different shot than what you were...
she's got a bit of weight on this.
Trying to promote a couple in here.
Whoa.
Ooh, needed to be careful there.
Yeah, I just think she might have been just trying to promote her front blue ones. But anyway, there's a nice cannon on there for Kelsey. I think those front 2 bowls there, the blue and the red.
At about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, if she can get the blue clean, red goes straight through the other blue, or it might edge it out. But the way Kelsey's been able to convert the last sort of 4 or 5 conversion shots, this is right in her wheelhouse. Kelsey Cottrell, forehand runner, straight at that cannon. She's turned her back on it early, so that shot is been made up in her head. So here we go. So the key to this shot is playing for the target, not for the result. Just focus on getting the intended bowl and let the result sort itself out.
Kelsey Cottrell. Here we go.
Any contact on that front cannon is going to bring the house down.
She's done it. The last 3 ends. Kelsey Cottrell. Dawn's interested.
Needs another result now off the wing.
Ooh,
wow.
Not far away. So opportunity for Jordan Koss to pop in a second here.
If not, it's going to be all square again. Had a few lead changes. And this is now getting right into the stages of the day with these athletes out here. Starting to feel it. Long day.
Well, Canada have played 2 matches already. Australia's only had 1.
Yeah, that's right. So Canada's... So Jordan just missing high there and a little bit heavy. So
that's just the one here to Canada.
Yeah, this is where you want your drink bottle full. You want some lollies. You want some glucose. Maybe some bananas.
Australia's vision impaired pairs are leading Hong Kong China 14-9 after 11. Jake Felberg and Jackie Hudson, and also got Neil Dalrymple walking behind. Rhonda, this is the only place you can watch so far. On the weekend, you can watch on TV. You can also watch here, or you can watch this on YouTube. But the live streaming on the weekends, both the 2nd and 3rd and 9th and 10th, you can watch on Fox Sports and KO.
Yeah, if you've got a smart TV, just go to your YouTube app and off you go. Watch it on your TV at home.
Yep. So, 2 ends to play. We are tied at 10 apiece. This has been a cracking contest. The winner of this end will go into the final end ahead. And That is a brilliant start from Joanna Cooper.
Yeah, she's really come on the last 5 or 6 ends, Joanna. She really seems to be settled. Her and Chrissy have had a great battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what all the training goes into. Scenario training, playing the big ones when they matter. And Christina Christic, well, that's perfect.
Speaking of big ones when they matter, that is brilliant.
Yeah. All those stones that have been turned, all the training that's been done, all the prep. You want to execute when it matters. And these players from all around the world put their heart and soul into being here. Worked hard in training and events to get their selection. And now here they are. They want the reward. Switching to the backhand. It was a tricky one. You want to double up and play two the same, but just didn't want to promote the blue bowl, but plan B, get something behind.
Yeah. Look, that's pretty much right on the tee from Chrissy. So this has been a great leading battle. Now it's time for the seconds. Bailey Van Stein and Dawn Heyman. The tail of the tape, Baz. Australia went out to an early lead, 5-1 and 7-3. Canada then piled on 4 ends in a row to take a 9-7 lead. And then the 3 ends before the last one, Kelsey Cottrell, well, bomb after bomb after bomb to secure 3 singles to put Australia up 10-9. Canada with a 1 in the last end to send us into the penultimate stanza at 10-all.
Yeah, Bailey won't be happy with that one. So that needs to reach that second chance now she gets. Especially being down on the tee. Canada, 1 down on the tee. Oh, I would think that Jordan would get her. Yep, arriving and trying to promote. Get to that split.
Couple of drops of rain coming down, I think.
Yeah, there's a bit more thick cloud coming in. So there is a little bit of reward there from Bailey. Just missing under, but the weight puts her bowl into an area where the jack may get to. But Dawny here, just something similar to the last. Just be a bowl higher, get another one in there. She's close to the jack here.
Dawn Heyman. So good.
Well, that's really made it hard for Canada now. Let's close the head down big time. Emma Boyd, she's got to start trying to frame this head now.
And the best thing here for Australia, if they can score a multiple, we haven't seen a multiple scored since end number 9. We're on end 14. If anybody can, not just Australia, but Canada as well, as we look at Dawn Heyman's expert navigation at the head there. But a multiple is huge here with an end to go. If you drop a single, it's not the worst result because you're going to have last bowl in the final end. And multiples can be easy to come by.
Yeah, the key to this shot is, yes, you want the shot, but almost the biggest percentage or the best percentage is just trying to create a target. So if you flop off the front blue, you make the head a lot wider, or if you're outside the front blue but jack high, you make the head a lot wider and give an opportunity for an angle for your skip. But I think Canada have to make a decision and make it fast. They have to play either weight front blue up through the shot bowl, dislodge the shot bowl, or they have to try and draw it and make this head easier for Jordan. So it's one of those ones. Need to be very descriptive on some of these calls because every bit counts. As you say, Val, a single and a double, massive difference this second last end.
Well, no doubt, Baz, that Emma Boyd will do something sublime because she's done it all day. Lindsay Clark goes out wide.
I think T-weight. I think it's T-weight for me, Val. Front bowl, front blue, up into the shot bowl, and if you miss, you get to a good spot.
Emma Boyd.
On a tighter line. Has a
She's
bit of weight.
Underneath here. She's not going to get the result.
Just missing under.
Is it going to stay up? Oh, I think it's out of... Oh, no, that's stayed in.
Yep.
Very, very, very close to going in the ditch and out of bounds. But Lindsay Clark, it's her second one.
Hard to tell if is it two or is it back blue bowl?
From our angle, it looks like it's probably the back blue, but Lindsay Clark could have something to say about it. Goes past, but Australia, they've got the tee.
Now, if it's only one, they need to be careful. You're only pumping the front blue and spring the jack out. So that's one down's not all bad. But I think Jordan's got to be playing forehand 6 feet away.
So, Phil, a tie will be a drawn game. No extra ends played in the pool stages, so each team split the points. They get one each. But, of course, in the knockout stages, it will be an extra end.
This has been a great match.
It has been.
It's going to be a shame if someone loses, but
a tie would be fitting. But
quite often it's not how many you play, it's when you play them.
Yep.
And Christina, that big trail, and then Dawnie backing it up.
What about Kelsey Cottrell's 3 bombs?
Needs a change up here, Jordan. Wow.
Oof, I think she's got it.
Wow, it's
well, you mentioned the domino effect, and
yeah, they had to be that weight. I did say 6 to 8 feet, but yeah, didn't see that result. I think they may have scored now, Canada.
Yeah, no, that's one.
Right, so
that's one, and they're pretty. I think Jordan Koss is pretty pleased.
Yeah, it's a bit of a roll of the dice, and yeah, a bit fortunate up into the area, but maximum result there for Canada. So how can Kelsey Cottrell reply again?
She's got 2 bowls to say something about it. She'll have the final bowl of the end. Lindsay doesn't mind it. It's going to hit something. It's got the front and nothing has come of it. So Kelsey is going to have another crack. There's a 10-minute warning now. We will get the full allotment of ends in. There's only 2 bowls left of this one. What's the go here for Jordan Koss? Baz?
Yeah, Jordan needs another one in there. Kelsey's got a great shot on with her last, if nothing changes. Front blue through the red cannon. Outside split will get the cannon as well, so it's all set up for Kelsey. Good contact through the front, and she's got the backest under the number. So Jordan needs another one in there. The best result is forehand toucher. And with draw weight, if she just crashes into her front blue, won't be all bad.
So we get a bit of drizzle.
Jordan Koss. It's not bad here. Just going to pull up short, I feel. But if she just leans that front bowl over, won't make it any easier.
All right. So again, Kelsey Cottrell tasked. Baz?
Yeah, the bowl.
What are you calling?
Yeah, the shortest bowl, the last bowl of Jordan's, for me, is the best bowl to hit. But the split, so the front cannon there, the last bowl of Jordan's, hits the other blue bowl next to it, onto the red, and then the shot bowl goes straight out. Cannon's out of the head. Australia make at least 2.
Well, a 2 here, ideal if they can get it. Canada holding 1 means that Australia will have the final bowl if Kelsey can't do anything about it, but let's see.
There is a plan B. Kelsey's going backhand, so there is a plan B. If she's slightly high, she can get a split, outside split.
She's gone big.
The front one, cannon, all the split.
Kelsey,
she
has done it again. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, so that cannon lined up perfectly. Didn't have enough weight to dislodge the shot bowl, but had enough to promote the Aussie bowl. Up for 1. Clutch shot, right in the area. Thin edge of that front one, which took the weight off the cannon, but 1 shot to Australia.
Wow. So, final end, Aussies lead by 1. Canada won't mind it too much, though, because Jordan Koss is going to have the final bowl of the contest.
Yeah.
Jack Ditch, Baz.
You know me.
Why not?
Yeah, it's well, the jack roll's important now.
Yeah.
Pick your favourite length.
No, I meant go for Jack in the ditch.
Yeah, well,
Drive.
BPL maybe.
Yep, go full BPL.
One end tie break. Yeah, don't mind that. But yeah, Chrissy, a lot of excitement. You know, he's got the experience of the 4 players out there, having played multiple Australian games, and yeah, just.
So we've gone T to T.
Yeah, all the external factors, remove them, all the cheering, everything like that, back into your routine, switch the mind onto the job.
As the rain drizzles down, just to add to a bit of the drama here, Rink 16 has seen a classic contest here at the 2023 World Bowls Championships.
As you see there, Christina, that's the right intent. She's just overdone it, but you can see her bowl clearly picking up a lot of grass clippings there. That's just from that drizzle we've had the last few minutes. So when you feel the rain, you think, well, naturally the green slowed down, and that's the right intent. Just overdoing it, but I don't mind that intent last end.
Final end, it means Jordan Koss, either way, she's going to have the bowl in her hand to either tie it or win it for Canada.
As you see, the running service here, Val, it's got that dirt down the middle. That's that grass clippings.
Yep.
And the bowl, you can see it pulling up there. It's a nice shot there from Joanna, but bowl almost looks like it's got a colour down the middle.
Yeah. That's all due to the rain.
It's just weird how it's quite bright.
Yeah.
And it's come out of nowhere.
So Chrissy, the connection needed. Final end of 15, almost at the 2 hour 15 time limit. Nearly at 5 p.m. Christina Kristic.
What a shot.
Her leading
toucher
has been superb.
Yeah, it's a great correction.
And she has done all she can now.
Yeah, so Joanna, this is one of those ones, you're not seeking perfection here. Even if you do lose it into the ditch, give it a full chance. You feel much better about yourself if you slide on by than trying to perfect the draw. And she's struggling to get there, so that's going to hurt, that one. It's going to restrict the opposition at times if they need to play weight down that line.
Yep, so the lead battle goes to Chrissy. Now it's Dawn against Bailey.
Can Dawny back it up? Ideally, somewhere between Jack and the ditch. If she stays on.
Ask and you shall receive, Baz.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's smack bang between the Jack and the ditch. Got massive influx of people watching this contest around the green and around the rink behind us under the marquee, keeping out of the rain.
So there hasn't been too many bowls played on this side of the rink for the entire game. Not over this length either, and this is all new territory for players on that particular hand. So almost starting fresh, experiencing something new, ditch to ditch, and playing the east side. Where's Dawny? She just wants to play the same and wait and pick this Jack up here.
Dawn Heyman. Just.
Well, stiff really.
Yeah.
I don't think this hand is, well, I'm not quite sure. Bailey's actually playing the backhand, maybe looking to play a weighted shot.
Now, Baz, she's not far away here, Bailey Van Stein.
Well, it's going to run away.
She just whiskered past it.
Yeah,
so
negotiating bowls, I've said it probably 10 times, when you're negotiating bowls, it hurts your weight control. I just thought maybe open draw, show Emma the way if you don't quite do it. But anyway, she's left the hand open, has Bailey, for Emma to have 2 cracks at it. Or can Lindsay shut this down now?
Up to the thirds here. Lindsay Clark and Emma Boyd. Emma has been so good today. Canada looking to keep their unbeaten run alive. They've won 2 matches, 21-8 and 18-11 over Norfolk Island and India, respectively. Australia 23-7 over Ireland after having the bye in the morning session. Lindsay's underneath.
Yeah, didn't quite get that away as good as she'd like, Lindsay. I could just see in her body language when she let that go. But she'll respond. That's what she does best. Lindsay, very tenacious competitor. Expect a big bowl with her next. But Emma Boyd, local, plays out of Tweed Heads. Played in these conditions a lot. Can she play a big one? Step up. 2.5 feet of room for shot on the backhand.
Emma Boyd. It's coming. Has she done it, Barry?
Not quite.
No.
So pretty good arc. Something she can work off. Just play something similar. Just find another 3 or 4 feet away. But Lindsay here, this could be the match winner here. Shut it down. Get a touch up. Even try and trail the jack's fine.
Australia has everything past the jack here.
Just clear road and she's good.
Dawn doesn't mind it. It's just got to get underneath.
Wants to leave it now, though.
What has it done? I don't know. I think 1 down for Canada.
So that changes everything. All of a sudden, Canada got second. Now the bowl's worth the win versus the draw. Emma Boyd can sit this bowl forehand now for 2.
She's gone for it.
Definitely out in the high line. Not a mile away here.
Emma Boyd is not far away, Barry.
Has she got the weight?
Well,
we've got someone in the front.
Someone standing right in the way. There we go. He's gone.
Yeah.
It's the worst time to do that.
So where's Emma's bowl finished? Oh, okay. Sorry for our viewers. At 1 o'clock, that's where Emma's bowl finished.
So, adding to the drama. Well, four bowls left. Barry Lester.
Well, Val, you've mentioned it a couple of times already this game about the last bowl. And here we are. Will the last bowl matter?
Who knows? There's the hooter, so it's not going to matter for us because we are in the last end.
Kelsey Cottrell needs another one in there, but she's got bowls to navigate under or around on the way in. Nice arc.
She's not far away here. Wants to clear the front. Kelsey just doesn't have the weight.
So there's a chance here now. Jordan Koss can sit this red bowl at 9 o'clock there. 9:30. Sit the bowl. Blue on the way in. Nothing for high, though. There's more results slightly tight. So
I think Kelsey's just picked up a dry bowl of hers. Well, one that hasn't been sitting on the green.
So Jordan Koss. Forehand with weight. Looking for the shot bowl of Australia.
This is big.
Looks tight for me. She has got a lot more weight on it than I thought, though. She's pretty close here.
She's not far off at all. Jordan Koss got her own and almost on the ricochet. So Kelsey Cottrell just... Where does she go here, Barry?
I think it's forehand, so just draw the shot.
Stone cold draw.
Draw the shot. Worst case scenario, you maybe get in the way.
Forehand it is with that bowl that hasn't got a lot of gunk on it from the green. She's chasing.
You'll know with her body language here, Kelsey.
Yep. She's chasing. Kelsey Cottrell, has she got enough on it?
Not quite. Oh, it's going to be a bogey bowl, though. Something in the way.
It is in the way. So now what is it? Stone cold draw. Or does she still go for it?
Well, she's got to go down to the head to begin with. That's common sense.
Yep.
So that's the first job she's achieved. That's why the coaches stand on the bank
Well,
and throwing out instructions. Now,
here it is. That bowl is probably worth 2 if she goes for it.
it's very hard to get to. There's only one result forehand for the bowl. Do you look for something else where there's multiple options?
They need 2 here, Canada. A 1 will tie it, a 2 will win it. Australia currently holding now, we believe. This has been a sensational contest.
So right now you're looking at percentages. Yes, the best shot you can possibly play is to sit the shot bowl to win the game on the forehand. There's only one result though. Backhand, is there jack in the ditch for 1, which gets you a draw? Is there multiple options somewhere else? We'll soon find out.
So the rain starts to get heavier.
So it is backhand.
Jordan Koss.
She's looking to promote her nearest bowl and run up as well, I believe. I think that's the call.
Here we go. This has been a cracking contest. What will happen in the end?
Close
She's
to the
not
jack.
far away. Jordan Koss. She's just missed. And the Australians get the job done. They are holding 1 or score 1. And after a cracking contest, Christina Christic, Dawn Heyman, Lindsay Clark and Kelsey Cottrell get the job done after a valiant performance from Joanna Cooper, Bailey Van Stein, Emma Boyd and Jordan Koss. What a match it was. Both quartets should be very, very proud with their performances. Barry Lester, what a way to finish day 1.
Yeah, a big learning curve for all players. You know, even all the other teams that haven't played on the live stream today, if you can take some of the viewings from today, the conditions changed. We've experienced some rain day 1. The green slowed down as the shadows came over. So a lot of learnings to come out of today. But Canada, the girls there, hold their head high. They've had a big day on the greens, and Australia played some big clutch ones when they mattered.
They certainly did. A big well done to Chrissy, Dawn, Linny and Kelsey. Baz, thank you very much for your efforts today.
Thanks,
it's
mate.
been a pleasure. Val Febo and Barry Lester with you all day today, and we'll be back tomorrow morning from 8:30 a.m. at Club Helensvale. We'll catch you then. Enjoy your night, get some rest, because we've still got a massive fortnight of bowls left. Thank you very much.